We begin with a Fox News alert on the final White House press briefing under the Obama administration. Press Secretary Josh Earnest is expected to speak to reporters any minute now, as he does each day. He'll walk up to that lectern, and the timing sets up the final time President Obama will hold a news conference as Commander-in-Chief. That is tomorrow. We are watching it all. We'll bring you updates as they happen.
Fox News alert, the no-shows keep on coming. At this time, Friday, 72 hours from now, Donald Trump will be sworn in as America's 45th president. But the number of Democrats planning to skip the inauguration nearly doubling from yesterday. And we could see more. This is Outnumbered. I'm Meghan McCain. Here today, Harris Faulkner, Sandra Smith, Fox News political and legal analyst Ebony Williams, and today's hashtag One Lucky Guy, Fox News digital politics editor Chris Stirewalt. And sir, you are outnumbered.
I'm feeling it. I'm loving it. How great is
You
this?
know what I've decided?
What?
You are worthy of your own emoji, and I want one on my phone. That look right there.
The bacon sizzling is actually my emoji. If you go that one's dedicated to me.
But I love that look. It could mean a host of things that totally fit my mood.
Amen.
Good to have you.
It's so good to be here. I always love to see you guys.
Yeah, well, we got a big news day. All right, right now, at least 46 House Democrats, or close to 24% of their caucus, boycotting President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration. That number up sharply from 28 yesterday after Mr. Trump blasted Congressman John Lewis for challenging his legitimacy to be the next president. But despite the rancor and bitterness, the incoming administration is offering an olive branch.
We hope that these Democratic members of Congress reconsider. They are certainly welcome to the inauguration.
Right.
If they want to contact any of us, they're welcome to do that. I would note that it was Governor Pence of Indiana who was the only Republican governor to go. He went to President Obama's inauguration. Maybe he was previewing the platform for himself 4 years later, but he went to show respect, and he went to honor our president.
Meantime, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, who made waves by testifying against Attorney General nominee Jeff Sessions last week, says he will attend the inauguration but will fight Mr. Trump's agenda every step of the way. So I'm obviously going to go to you first, Chris. Congressman Lewis boycotted President Bush's inauguration as well.
And said he wasn't legitimate either.
And said he wasn't legitimate either.
Not an Electoral College fan.
What do you make of the rising number of Democrats refusing to attend?
I think that they are allowing themselves to be controlled by Donald Trump to a shocking degree. I think that their inability to control their feelings and focus on the work of government and focus on things at hand put them in, whether they like it or not, a supplicant position. Donald Trump is driving the discussion. He's driving the agenda. He is calling the tune, and they're dancing to it, and it is a political miscalculation. But it's also, I think this is more important, it's not healthy for the country. People boycotted Bush. Somebody boycotted Obama. This will escalate, right? You have this time.
It's
the next
already
president,
doing it.
Right.
It's already
It'll just
escalating.
get worse and worse and worse, and these institutions can't withstand non-participation.
Yeah, Sunday night we had 20. Yesterday we were up to like 28, and now we're at 46. And 13 out of all the House Democrats skipping the inauguration are from California, so the list grows. You know, I would just point out, while, you know, you want to get cozy and understand, especially if you're a Democrat this time around, how the Electoral College works. I implore everybody to look that up. But, you know, those are people who were supposed to go and vote, those electors, according to what they were tasked to do. We only saw, that I've seen confirmed, one faithless elector, and that was for Hillary Clinton. That person wanted to vote for somebody other than Hillary Clinton.
There were 5 for Hillary Clinton, 1 for Donald Trump. They went, Hillary Clinton, they had a strategy. They said, well, we'll faithless-eyes ourselves in hopes that we can convince people to vote against Trump. And the Trump voters, the Trump electors stayed, and so Hillary Clinton ended up being, this effort that Democrats undertook on her behalf diminished her in the end instead of diminishing Donald Trump, and now they're doing it again.
My point of all of this is that legitimate voters tasked these electors with what they needed to go to after they were put in place. Right? So the legitimacy is per the votership.
Right. And the legitimacy is the President of the United States. You heard Joe Biden when he brought the gavel down, and he goes, it's over. The Democrats are protesting in the House when they're trying to lodge the vote. He says, it's over. Get on with it. And because Democrats can't get on with it, they continue to be spinning their wheels. They're just spinning their wheels, and they're relitigating this election over and over and over again. Why did Donald Trump win? Well, I can think of about 50 reasonably good reasons that we could discuss right now. Democrats don't like some of them. Republicans don't like some of them. Big deal.
Megyn, do you have that sound of Charles Krauthammer? Because I think that was super telling of him saying how these Democrats skipping inauguration is not a good sign. Could we listen to that?
It's a sign of the sort of loosening of the threads of our sort of constitutional system. It's a minor one, but it does show that the trust in institutions has declined radically since the Second World War. About the only remaining one that is trusted is the military, and this is not a good sign.
I thought that was really telling, and I was going to bounce that back to you because he went on to say, you know, Lewis is a genuine hero, but he should be cognizant of the moral weight that he carries.
Yeah, listen, I think Charles Krauthammer is brilliant, and I completely echo what he just said. I keep thinking about Congressman Lewis because he, as we now know, boycotted George W. Bush. He accused my father of being like George Wallace. He attacked Mitt Romney, bringing up race-baiting issues, and now he's attacking Donald Trump. And the problem that Democrats have right now is if all Republicans are evil, none of us are evil. And they're not picking their battles. So if all of us are sort of, you know, George Wallace, which again, that's not my words, that's Congressman Lewis's words, you lose your ammo to ever actually criticize any policies you disagree with coming up in this administration. And they're really putting themselves in a corner because they just look like partisan hacks. And also, any of you, I bet you can at least find one person in your district that voted for Donald Trump. How do you think they feel with their congressman boycotting this election? I just think it's bad for America, and I think it's bad for democracy, and I think it's a bad look all around.
Okay, so I totally do not agree with the boycott. I actually think Cory Booker is really sounding more reasonable on this. Look, I'm going to go. I'm going to respect the inauguration of our new president. However, policy-wise, I plan to fight him all the way. That kind of makes sense to me. Chris, you brought up feelings, and I don't disagree with anything that's been said on the couch so far, but I want to go to someone else's feelings, and those are the feelings of our president-elect. And I can tolerate a lot of things. Hypocrisy is not one of them. So when our president-elect, you know, has been someone who for 7 years did put out energy around questioning the legitimacy of a sitting president, I don't understand. You can do that. That's fine. You can absolutely, he can do that. But then you've got to ride with the consequences of that energy that you put out there. So I don't understand why our president-elect seems to be so in his feelings in this moment around someone, John Lewis in this case, questioning his legitimacy.
All right, meantime, New York Times columnist Paul Krugman not only defending Congressman John Lewis for calling President-elect Trump illegitimate, but calling it patriotic. Krugman asks, is it okay morally and politically to declare the man about to move into the White House illegitimate? Yes, it is. In fact, it's an act of patriotism. Patriotism means standing up for your country's values, not pledging personal allegiance to a dear leader. Krugman goes on to explain why he thinks it's important to question Mr. Trump's power, writing, quote, talking frankly about how Mr. Trump gained power isn't just about truth-telling. It may also help to limit that power. Congress will be much more likely to stand up to a rogue, would-be authoritarian executive if its members realize that they will face a political price if they act as his enablers. Chris Stirewalt is on the couch. Your thoughts, sir?
Well, I think the problem that we have right now is we're misunderstanding, or a lot of people are misunderstanding what legitimate and illegitimate means. And to Harris's point earlier, he meets the constitutional requirements. He was elected president of the United States. He is, you may not like it, but he is legitimately your president, Paul Krugman. He's legitimately the president for the whole country. So using the fact that Russians hacked the DNC or what the FBI said about Hillary Clinton as a way to diminish his election, you can do that all you want, but you know what you won't do? You won't stop him in his agenda. Right now, Paul Ryan, Donald Trump, Mitch McConnell have got the football, and it looks like open field right in front of them, and the Democrats are standing on the sideline saying they didn't really win the coin toss. See, the coin toss, they didn't really win the coin toss because the heads wasn't really the heads and the tails wasn't really the tails, and they're not blocking. Cory Booker's right. If the Democrats want to be viable, they have to stop Donald Trump on issues, on agenda items, not just go back and relitigate the election.
It's a total red herring, right? I mean, it's so actually distracting for the Democrats when they should be, as Harris points out, kind of re-looking at, okay, guys, obviously we're doing something